What's up, sports bettors? UFC 276 tomorrow. I know everybody is hyped to see Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. So can the champion, Israel Adesanya, defend his belt? So the money line isn't particularly interesting. You can see that Adesanya is a minus 455 favorite. So he's a huge favorite. And according to betting markets, if we take a look at Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they're pricing that Adesanya is roughly 80% to win this fight. I think Adesanya will get the job done, but I don't have a bet on the money line. No way, all the way up at minus 155, minus 455. But I do have a bet on the total rounds. So if we take a look, Cannonier's 15-5 in the middleweight division, 10 wins by knockout. Adesanya 22-1 with 15 wins by knockout. So I'm a little surprised that I'm still able to get this line, but there's a pretty great bet on the under 4.5 total rounds. So you can see the profit margin of this bet from OddsJam, which is constantly scanning all of these sports books to try to find you line inefficiencies in sharp bets, right? So if we take a look at the total rounds, you can see minus 105 on Caesars is a pretty clear line discrepancy, right? We have Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker. They're pricing this all the way down at minus 118. DraftKings at minus 125. FanDuel a little bit closer to Caesars, pricing it at minus 105. But minus 105 is pretty incredible value. And I do think that this fight is, not going to go the distance. So I do like the under 4.5 at minus 105 odds on Caesars. And this is currently, I've been looking for a bet on Adesanya versus Cannonier, and this is the bet I went ahead and locked in. So minus 105 on Caesars, under 4.5 rounds, 1.73% profit margin. I do think this fight will end by TKO. So you can see the profit margin is indicated under this percent column on OddsJam. So you can sort by, date, percent, whatever you prefer. But we can see right here, 1.73% profit margin. On the bottom row, you scroll along. That's the sharp bet you want to be on. That is the mathematically profitable bet from OddsJam. So I went ahead, I locked it in, as you can see on the screen, for $100. Cannonier Adesanya under 4.5 rounds, 1.73% profit margin. So 173 in profit margin on our bet. Again, as a sports bettor, I'll add this bet to my bet tracker. But really, your goal is to place as many sharp, profitable bets as you can. And you can see these lines are always moving. It looks like, Brian Barberina, UFC has a lot of line movements. Lines are ripping towards him. So we can take a look at the odds. It looks like Pinnacle just flipped, right? They must have taken a lot of action on Barberina or whatever this guy's name is. Every sportsbook is now pricing Robbie Lawler as the favorite. Pinnacle just flipped. So they're probably taking a lot of sharp action on Brian Barberina for the UFC 276 tomorrow. So anyways, I went ahead, I hit this bet. I added it to my bet tracker. The OddsJam bet tracker is super valuable because not only will it show you your profit and loss, your ROI, but also how often you're beating the closing line, right? And that's critical as a sports bettor. Beating the market, beating the closing line is really what matters over the course of the long run as a sports bettor. So I like to kind of go through, on a daily basis and just make sure most of my bets I'm getting better odds on the closing line. You're never going to be able to get this percentage to like 100%, of course, but you definitely want it above 50. So anyways, Adesanya, Cannonier, main headline fight for UFC 276. Let me know your picks and predictions. Comment them below. Should be exciting. Let's make some money.